And hello viewers, this is Mr. Joseph, and welcome back to Let's Play Ogre Battle. On today's exciting episode, we're going to be moving on to Deneb's Garden, so let's get to it. Now, as I always do before each round, I analyze my units and determine which units have the least experience, and contrast their alignments, and kind of make a general game plan. So before I actually deploy anybody, what I'm going to do is pause the game, zoom out, and talk about my general strategy for this map. Now, one thing I'm doing more and more of as I get deeper into the game is leaving cities unliberated. The exception in this map is going to be the shop city, which you can click around and figure out which one it is. It's going to be this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send units to, I think, just this top area here. Get both of those, the temple and the city. And I'll keep units at the base. I think I'm going to leave these three cities along this edge of the map unliberated. There's also a hidden city right there, which we'll get to. And there are at least two treasures. I know that they tend to be in between the mountains. I think one is here. I think the other might be down here somewhere, maybe like right here or over here somewhere. Might be there. I'll check. Anyway, that is the general plan, so let's get to it, shall we? I'll have my liberation unit go ahead and make the first move. He'll come over here, but he's going to get the heck out of Dodge as quick as possible. I've also decided that we should have, for the base, let's deploy steel and formine. If I recall, there are some undead, so actually I'm not going to leave steel for the base. I'm going to go with lands, can also defend the base. Okay, and then as far as moving over there with Joseph, we're going to have Warren as maybe one of our lower aligned units over here. And then we're going to have Gilbert come in this time. First time we're using Gilbert here. And we're going to have, let's see, do I have Howard? I'm going to have Howard come over here as well as kind of a good aligned unit. Take out Undead if necessary. I know he doesn't have a cleric yet, but he can easily recruit one of the, or upgrade one of those Amazons. Okay, so the only two that I have left are Samson and Steel. So I guess I'll put Samson there, and I'll put Steel at the base. Okay, so that's going to do it for unit deployment. And let's see how it goes. I just realized that Gilbert's going to move at the same rate as Joseph, so I'm going to have him take a detour so he gets there later, because I don't want him stealing the liberation. And everything seems to be off to a good start. One flaw in this technique of leaving cities unliberated is you get far less tax revenue. And since I just deployed a shit ton of units, my guess is my balance is not going to be very high. In fact, you can get a pretty good idea of what it's going to be. Well, that helps delay the tax season at least. You can get a pretty good idea by going to income projection. You can see that actually I'm projected to gain just a little bit of money. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I guess between the base and the city there, I guess I've liberated some very high wealth towns. You can check your town out by clicking on the town. It's got almost 9,000. I'm sorry, it's got 15,376 people in it. The religious value there is medium. The heart is medium. I will have to look up what the heart means. I think it's favorability towards the rebellion, but I could be wrong. And then the money means how much money it generates in tax revenue. And if you can do that with your base too. 14,000 people, it generates 9,500 in revenue. High religion, medium approval. So by the way, the higher the city's religion is, the more it's affected by alignment when the liberation occurs. So in other words, if you have a liberation unit that affects alignment bad or good, it's going to do so much more so if the city has a high religious figure. Just liberating this temple for shits and giggles. We don't really need to do so right now, but we can. We're going to get that intelligence card, so that will help the Gilbert unit a little bit. And we found an item, an evil sword. Yes! Okay, so my items, as I've stated before, are pretty lousy so far. I've got, except for those rune axes, I've got the dragon sword, 5+5, evil sword, +8, strength +3, intelligence, thunder, spear, +9 strength, Rune Axe are 15 apiece, plus they do white damage. Fire is plus 3 intelligence. Lethal is plus 14. That's a good unit. That's a good item there. Ice Charm, just ice. Back does a little bit to intelligence. I don't know what the hell the point of the Ring of Magic is. The Power Ring gives you plus strength but subtracts intelligence. I suspect that would be good for an evilly or a low alignment brute force character. Then I've got some armor. Now I just can't stand those items, so I'm not going to use any of it for now. I might start equipping those items as we get deeper into the game, or if I start having trouble. Okay, Formind's going to start off the battles here. I've still got my animation turned off, and I'm at times turboing through battles to keep you entertained a little bit better. I know that maybe you like to watch 1 or 2 battles and then you like to kind of skip through them a little bit. At least I do. And we've got the Cockatrice unit on the other side today. Cockatrices, whatever the plural would be, are annoying because they cause your unit to become petrified, which means they can't act for the rest of the battle unless they get a debuff cast on them. And that obviously detracts from the amount of damage they do, and thus prevents them from winning battles, or at least it increases the odds they won't win a battle. One thing I really need to do with Lance's unit here is I desperately need to get those wizards turned into dull mages. Wizards tend to accrue negative alignment over time. Boy, the damage from this unit is very low. Are we on tactic strong? Yeah, we're on strong. Maybe that's part of it. I tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to use a temperance card. And I'm going to use the Emperor card, I think, too. I'm going to use the Emperor card first to make sure I keep having more moves. The Emperor card, again, gives each character 1 extra attack per battle. Now what I'm going to do is use the Temperance card. Temperance cures your units of negative debuffs, so it's good that I have a few of them here, because the Cockatrices would otherwise be very annoying. Now I'm going to change my tactics to weak, which will cause my units to do a little bit more damage, and, you know, frankly, cause them to take a little bit more damage compared to strong. Okay, we are so on the verge of losing this battle, even with the extra attack on behalf of everybody. But I did kill their leader, so it's now impossible for them to take the rebel base. Oof, almost got him. And that's going to do it. So we lost the battle, but we did completely wipe out their unit, which makes them no longer a threat. And fortunately, all of those units are at the exact same position on the map, having been deployed but not moved at all, which means that I get one more crack at the apple here with my least experienced unit in the game, which is Steel. So I could use the other Temperance card on him, but I'm gonna, well, why not? So he's gonna become whole again there. And let's see if we can go ahead and take out this Griffin. Well, not good. I'm just going to use this Death card. This is going to attribute the experience to my character, but I really want to get rid of the Cockatrice unit, and I think I was out of attacks there. You kind of keep track of these things, you know, how many attacks each character has performed, and how many they are entitled to. And if you keep close track of that, you can kind of determine when the time to use a card like Death would be. Okay, so I'm going to move lands back to the base this time as well. And they'll heal up when they get back. Oops, stupid me. Actually, I sent Formind back home, so I'll redeploy him here. And when you push B, I guess, or whatever button that is, to not deploy somebody, to not move them, in other words, deploy them without moving, you have to zoom in to go ahead and make that happen. I know I use the phrase "go ahead" a lot, and I'm not sure if that's an LP thing that I'm picking up from other LPs, or if that's just a weird Joseph thing that I need to watch. I don't really say it that often in other contexts. Well, I'm starting to a little bit more in my law practice. I use the phrase "go ahead." I'm gonna go ahead and anyway. I'm gonna use this tower card to do a little bit of preliminary damage, just to move things along. I gotta stop talking when I'm yawning. It's crazy the amount of how tired I get, and then I yawn in my LPs, and everybody thinks I'm like weird. I'll try to stop that. So I'm gonna zoom speed ahead here. So these werewolves are kind of badass because they get 3 attacks at night. They get 1 attack during the day as a fighter. So I think the issue here is most of my units are not doing that good of damage, and I think the issue is, yeah, I'm a little bit overpowered by the enemy unit character levels. Only a little bit though. Shouldn't be that big of a contrast. I guess we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this one up a little bit and see how well we do. I think that one was close actually, even though they have only 2 characters in that unit. My 5 characters are struggling to keep up there. Now this one I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna completely wipe them out here. Boy, that left werewolf doesn't do good damage, does he? Okay, Warren unnecessarily killed that ninja. Okay, so we leveled up the werewolf. I'm gonna take a look at Warren's unit and see what the problem is with him. 57 strength. Okay, that guy has 65 strength. He doesn't have an item, so he is severely weaker. And the reason for that difference, if I can venture a guess, if I remember correctly from last level, is because I nurtured the one werewolf from the beginning, whereas I had to train the other one up a little bit. I'm sorry, I recruited the other one on the map, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him the Thunder Spear, I think, to make up for the shortcoming. Okay, now he's 66, and I think the other one's about that. 65, 66. So with the Thunder Spear, makes up the difference. That's one good use for items. His agility is still noticeably lower. Intelligence 51, intelligence 53, 39, 38, 49. He has a much higher charisma. So this is the one that was the human. Oh wow. Okay, so I guess the human was the one who was behind. Okay, I thought it would be the other way around. I guess I was wrong. Well, let's just hope they develop nicely as time goes on, I guess. So I guess the moral of that story is it's okay to go ahead and recruit those werewolves directly from the map and not worry about infecting them with the virus from Sirius or whatever his name was on the last level. Okay, I was worried that might have killed off the enemy there, and it didn't, so I don't know why I'm using so many tarot cards. I guess I just don't want to have to drag these battles out. I'm going to use Gilbert as a kind of track down and hunt down and kill kind of unit. And so I'm going to use Gilbert to go ahead and take these, that skull and crossbones out. Okay, Four-Mine is over here defending the base ably. He's got the same dragon and wizard to worry about. They should take him out this time. Very good. Let me take a look at Four-Mine here. And level 6, his alignment's too high to turn into a wild man right now. My hope is that'll change. And his alignment's unusually high as well. Don't worry about these alignment inconsistencies. We'll fix those in very short order. In fact, this particular battle is going to help a lot with that, because all of these characters on the other side are good alliance characters, which means that when I kill them, they're going to have a lot of they're going to cause an alignment drain on my character that's killing them. So let's hope they come back. And it's very important to kind of force your units to attack units that will affect their alignment in the way you want to develop the character. So have evil units take out clerics, for example. Have good units take out skeletons, you know, pretty common sense stuff. And speaking of skeletons, nope, I thought that might be an undead unit. Anyway, what else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, in the next couple levels, you know, we're gonna get to the point in this game where there's just gonna be no question, as far as most units go, what their general alignment preference would be. So, in other words, we'll get units that are coherently one alignment or the other, and not both, or not neutral. We will have maybe 1 or 2 neutral units, and those are harder than the dickens to stay in that alignment, that neutral alignment territory. So, I find it very difficult and frustrating to try to keep them going. Gilbert might be the exception. He's pretty easy to work with. Okay, we'll give him a little bit more experience here. Nice. Got the worms up a level. Send him to the temple and hang out there for now. I'm on the lookout for undeads. I thought I could have sworn there were undead units in this map. I guess maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Oh, and of course, they're sending the cleric unit over here. So Warren would have to take them out. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess we'll just let it happen. I was hoping that unit would go back to my other evil kind of unit and let them take it out, because they really need the evil. Okay, Warren killed a fairy there, so he's going to lose some alignment there. See, this is what I worry about. Well, actually, he's not bad. 36, yeah, it would take quite a bit to ruin that upgrade for him. He's got only 3 levels to go. And 49s, he's doing fine. He's doing great. And these guys, well, he's going to have to lose his alignment before too long here, but it'll happen over the course of the game. I'm not as worried about the werewolf alignment because they don't get promoted or anything. It probably does affect his functioning in battle, which may be one reason why he's having such trouble hitting hard right now. I don't know why they attacked Joseph just now. I'm going to rearrange Joseph, by the way, so I have 2 hit-all spells with the Griffin and my character. I had the Griffin in front, I think, to keep taking out undead units or something, but anyway. I like the idea of using Warren to fight at night while their units are attacking, then I might switch them out during the day. Again, very important, but the evil units fight better at night, and not evil units fight better at the day. So that's how Joseph's unit kind of works. It weakens people, it doesn't do a good job killing them off, and that's kind of what I like, because then it prevents them from becoming, god damn it, overpowered. Okay, whatever. This unit needs a lot more experience. I'm gonna go ahead and use a revive on the guy that just died. Okay, let's try this one. Do weak. And I'll do... no. I'll do Hierophant. The hope is I can save my fighter this time by putting them all to sleep. And they don't wake up. Yes. Okay, shoot. The one Amazon woke up, but no big deal. Okay, so we got a level up there. Let's see if we can promote. Ooh, we got a night opportunity here. Let's do that. Again, generally speaking, you want to promote as early as possible because it helps with stat development. So that level 5 is the first level you can promote to Valkyrie, and same with the Knight. He's level 4, but the problem is his alignment's too high to become a wizard, so that's great. I mean, I'm okay with that. So let's see what happens as he battles here. Okay, the Knight died, but that's not as big of a deal, because I'm really worried about that fighter. So he got a level, so he's going to become a Knight now. And then I'll revive his compadre. Okay, so that Howard is now fully developed. I would say by this stage, every unit should be fully developed to their first class upgrade, so there should be no more fighters or Amazons at this point in the game. Okay, so as you can see, the werewolves have turned into fighter-type class people, and that's fine. So I'm going to zoom through this. I really should stop using Warren during the day, though. So I'm going to send Warren to the temple, and maybe I'll move Gilbert down. Oops, Gilbert, yeah, can come down here and just be on the city. Okay, so Gilbert just took out their leader. I gotta maybe change Gilbert's tactics. He's doing too much of that where he takes out their leader and nobody else. I'm gonna move my opinion leader character. Who's referred to as the quote-unquote opinion leader in the manual. I don't understand what that means, but the leader of opinions, you know, I guess, whatever. Float your boat. Okay, we're gonna go and take out this Skull and Crossbones guy. Hopefully, if we can get him before these other units surround me. And our first taxes, we lost money. No surprise there, I guess. Although our projection suggested we might gain money. I'm not really sure what the inconsistency there was. Okay, he's on best tactics, so I'm gonna, before he finishes, I'm gonna change it back to strong. I like to default to strong just in general because that way I can always change it. But at the very least, I will not be going around killing leaders off, so I have to refight the same unit over and over again. I don't like this fight at all because it means that if I'm successful, I have to have my good aligned unit here kill off 2 clerics. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up. And they killed one of the clerics. And they're coming back for more. Great. And I got to move 4 mine as well because he fights better at night as well. Although he's doing decent, he's definitely going to win that battle. I'm going to... That's fine. I'm going to have... Who am I going to have kill this? Whatever, I don't really have a good choice, because Warren's up there at the temple. Let's move Gilbert down just in case, but nah. Howard, well maybe the cleric's going off the other direction now. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna, okay, he's still level 4. What was I gonna do with this guy? Can't remember. Anyway. I'm a little ditzy sometimes. Oh, I was going to move 4 mine. That's one thing I was going to do. Are we gonna get him? Damn it! I hate it when I leave characters unfinished like that. I guess I can pursue him down. I hate doing this with the unit because he's so high level. It might affect his alignment and such. But it's probably worth it in the long run. Okay, I'm gonna have Gilbert finish this unit off. Almost. Problem with Gilbert's unit is he only gets 6 attacks total, which is not very much in this game at all. You're looking for something in the neighborhood of 8 to 9 or 10 attacks, depending on what the nature of the attack is. They're good, strong, solid attacks, there's just not very many of them. And I tend to win battles, but a monkey could win battles if they were trained properly. In other words, once you get this game kind of going, you kind of don't have to track it as closely, so you could have a monkey just sit there and click the same button. Oh, okay, I was being really kind of sarcastic there, but I decided to go ahead and come up with an explanation that would justify that sort of, Okay, so of course my liberation unit here completely missed that skeleton unit, but maybe, hey, I'll use this as an opportunity to grab some treasure. And Gilbert's tracking this skull down here. Oh, he's gonna get both of them, that's nice. See, I'm gonna have Gilbert go ahead and take out both of those skull and crossbone units. I'm gonna send my guy down to get treasure. I think that's where the treasure is gonna be. Also, by the way, neutral character encounters in this level include something called a pumpkin plus, which is, a pumpkin plus, or not a pumpkin plus, but just a regular pumpkin. These units throw their giant pumpkin head at the enemy and cause it to get cut in half, the HP to get cut in half. It's kind of like, what's that spell in, is it Final Fantasy, is it Demi or something? It cuts the damage in half. I can't remember what the name of the spell is, but in addition to pumpkins, you can also recruit wild fairies and regular old dragons, which have been recruitable in past stages anyway. Okay, good job, Gilbert. Head home. Return to Eagle's Nest, Gilbert, or whatever that place would be called. And we've got a knight fighting at night again. And he healed up. He recruited new Amazon, so I'm going to go ahead and just look at him. Okay, so we found that treasure there. That's nice. Demon ring. I can't remember what that does. I think I might have... Do I have a demon ring? Let me see. And what does the demon ring do? 21 strength plus black 17. So it's really good strength item, so that's really good to have. Usually I do my item equipping later in the game and or at the unit development screen in the unit selection, on the world map screen. Okay, so I like the idea of Four-Mine getting as much experience as humanly possible before we finish this level. As you can see, my character is safely striding across the swamp there. Means that is the only enemy unit left on the map, so I'm going to go ahead and send Four-Mine and Steel after him, leaving Lands to guard the base. And Four-Mine, go this way, and see how we do here. Of course, he recruited new characters. Okay, no real help from the tarot. I just have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm just gonna hunt him down. I'm gonna be ruthless and merciless to him. As poor Steel there, who has virtually no experience, just tries to be helpful, but the enemy happened to go in a different direction. It's like the boss, You know, Terry, I like you, you're a great guy, but we decided to go in a different direction. Same with Steel. I'll have Steel finish him off if I can, though. Well, maybe that's not such a wise idea. Oh well, we'll give it a shot. And of course, Joseph was unsuccessful in finding the enemy there. Let's have Samson go finish this guy off. So Steel and Samson are going to surround him. And Steel got him. Or I'm sorry, Samson got him. And he's going to take him out. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to move Samson back to base with Lance. Can go back. Lance didn't get hardly any action at all, if any. I think he maybe had like 1 or 2 battles. Steel's going to go back. I'm going to leave, what's his name, Four-Mine or whatever. I'm going to send Gilbert home. I'm going to send Warren home. And let's see, that leaves Howard as the lucky unit that gets to kill Deneb. Now, You might think you need to use your opinion leader to kill Deneb, and certainly you can, and I often do, and it's kind of fun. But because my opinion leader is so high level, I'm thinking maybe that's not a good idea. So maybe I won't. Where is the treasure? There's another treasure up here, and I guess that's not. It must be this area here. Okay. And Warren's going, so I'm gonna send this guy down. Ooh, did I just see an enemy unit down here that I missed? That would be devastating. Okay, I found the treasure. Ice charm, that sucks. I'm gonna send my opinion leader over here where I saw maybe just a brief flash. Am I crazy? Did I see a unit sneaking around over there? Oh, wow, there's two of them. Did not know about that. Okay, so immediately I'm going to send Warren back into the fray just to guard our one city that we have liberated. And I guess we'll be okay as long as that's all that gets attacked, but I guess I don't want my opinion leader attacking those clerics at all, so I'm going to go out this way. I don't know what the hell those units are doing up in the mountains here, but I'm going to take them out. By George. Speed it up. Took them out. Nice. And they're going to suffer a bit of an alignment hit, but you know what? I'm really not worried about the alignment crashes right now, because I know that I can fix those and or tweak the unit character placement a little bit to put the evil ones with the evil ones and the good ones with the good ones. And I'm going to do that not next stage, but the one after. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. And we're going to move him over here. He almost needs like a all heal. There's an item called an all heal. Maybe, I wonder if they have it in this stage. I don't think so. I think we have to wait until next stage to get him. But, let me check. Warren, what do you have to buy? Revive, Sunshine, Bell, Heal, Cure. Bell takes all of your units and returns them to the main base. I'm going to get about 5 of those. That's a nice unit if you're desperate to save your base, or if you want to coagulate your army together a little bit. I guess I'll go up and heal. And I guess I'll send Warren home now that I killed those 2 units. I'm pretty sure that was the last one. And 4 tine or 4 mine or whatever, you can go home too. Now, I got a tax cycle coming up here. I think, yeah, okay. So that's how I'm actually made a little bit of money, even with just my one little city. And that's kind of how it's going to be. We're just going to squeak by, make a little bit of money, try to avoid spending too much, you know, that sort of thing. It's like on the family budget, you know, blah, blah, blah. Why is he just in the middle of a field? Why did Howard follow him to the middle of the field? They both need to go up to the city so they can heal. And Howard in particular. So I think I'm going to aim to take out Deneb early tomorrow morning. I'm going to send this guy on his way the second he's healed. Okay, he's healed, so I'm going to move him. It's going to take him at least a quarter of a day to get down here, and so I'm going to move him to the road right there. And we'll just watch him progress. In the meantime, let me tell you that in this level, if you're looking, let me try to find a fairy with my main character. Fairies are located in the forests, and they're really hard to find, but let's give it a shot. They're kind of a worthless character. By the way, the pumpkins that I mentioned earlier are in the mountains, so if you're moving across the mountains, you might come across a pumpkin. In fact, I might do kind of both at the same time. Might also come across a dragon in the mountains, but no biggie there. And not finding any fairies. Let's go up here and try this woods. Most people would say that fairies are kind of shitty characters, and I don't entirely disagree with that, but I also have to say that they're not bad, because even though they suck at first, they become sylphs, which are fucking awesome, amazing characters. They're kick-ass by every definition of the word. So I'm basically the morning's approach and I haven't found any fairies, so maybe I'll just try the mountains for pumpkin. I don't really like to use pumpkins that much. Okay, now that it's light out again though, I really feel compelled to attack the boss. Now, just a little FYI about Deneb, she's a witch. She's got those pumpkins with her, and you definitely want to be careful about attacking her and having your unit be able to target her directly. Actually, that's not that important because she's in the front row, as I recall, so she's going to be really pretty easy to kill. She's actually a really charming, sweet, decent-looking young girl. And she's like, "Hey, Joseph, you're quite handsome, aren't you?" The answer to the question is yes. If only things were different. She's like such a little what's the word? Courtesan? I was trying to be nice. A working lady. Granted, my character is kind of a working man in the same sense. So I'm going to start out by targeting leader, and then I'm going to switch to weak once we clearly establish... Damn it. Well, I mean, that's fine, but I was hoping to hit Deneb too. But I was going to say, once we clearly establish who's the weakest character in the battle, I'm going to go ahead and use a sun card. Oh, that might kill my Doll Mage. Oh well. Nope. His alignment was too high. So anyway, and that didn't even hit Deneb. Okay, we finally hit Deneb. Way to go, guys. Well, she has a really high magic, or intelligence, which means she's pretty tough to... Wow, she's good. She's a one tough cookie. So what I'm going to do is heal up using items, because I have to, because I don't want to use that city. And then what I'm going to do is... I'm going to use a Joker to help make this battle a little easier. Now, some folks would say, well, why are you using so many tarot cards? It's kind of cheating, you know. And, you know, if you want to think of it that way, that's fine. You can think of it as cheating if you want, but I think of it as part of the game. They built it in. It's not really cheating, although we could just, you know, I could just let the battle play out and come back and over again and just let you watch me repeatedly and unsuccessfully take out this witch. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and use the Justice card. Well, I might kill some of these pumpkin pluses, but you know what? They are such low alignment that it probably won't even take away my character's alignment. And as it happened, I did not kill any of them. But I will kill them with my acid attack. Right? Right? Acid? Acid? There it is. Ooh, I got all of them. Oh, and I really nailed Deneb there. And I took her out. There, that is how we win a boss battle. Everybody gets to level up. Everybody gets a shot. My Doll Mage is fucking awesome. I'm sorry. I really am. It's all my fault. I know. Will you forgive me, please? Okay. Classic video game choice of the century. Well, not really, but they kind of present it that way in all of the, what was that magazine where they used to talk about Nintendo games? Was it Nintendo Power or something? Does anybody remember Nintendo Power? Comment if you remember Nintendo Power magazine. Anyway, all the magazines, all the websites and everything talk about this being like this major choice you have to make. The truth is, there's virtually no reason you should not forgive her. The only reason you can do that is just to get a minor bump in your reputation. But if I forgive her, I'll get a drop in the reputation. Watch this. Watch the meter. Watching. 3, 2, 1. Drop. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Now. See that? I saw it. I guess I should use 3, 2, 1 and then have a major pause. Anyway, if you forgive her, you have the chance to at least get some very good items, and at best, and this is what we're going to do in this game, and that's why we're leaving all the cities unliberated, is we're going to get her as a unit, because she has an amazing intelligence stat. So we got some bonus goth, which is our way of knowing that we didn't overstay our welcome on that level. And let's just, for the shits and giggles, take a look at our units before going into the next level. Lands, this guy can become a knight, we'll go ahead and make him a knight. I think one of the most fun things I remember about this game when I was young is clicking on change class on this screen and seeing all of the up arrows and just changing everybody's class. Nowadays I do most of that in the field, but when I first started playing I did it all after the map was done. Sorry I was talking like William Shatner there for just a second. Speaking of which, today is May 15th, and you know, I'm guessing you all know what comes out at midnight. That's right, Star Trek Into Darkness. Okay, so we have completed this episode, we've completed this level, and we're now ready to attack the first major enemy stronghold of the game, the slums of Zenobia. But we'll have to wait until next time, won't we? And that's what Professor Snuggles would say as well, because he's looking out for you. So, if you've been watching, thank you. We'll see you next time.